I'm Clare Rowley, and I've been teaching for over 30 years. One of my favorite things about sewing is that with our sewing machine, we can create unique, one-of-a-kind items for ourselves and for people we love. And what a better opportunity than to do that than for a wedding. And as you can see on the set, I've brought a variety of different wedding veils with me, each having some things in common, the type of material used, and that each one does have some gathering outside of that. Each has different trims to make them stand out from the rest. And the one that I'm going to teach you today is this one here. It has what looks like a lace motif on it, but that's actually done using a free motion embroidery technique. I'm also going to teach you how to finish the edge, and let's get started. It's kind of difficult to lay a wedding veil out and cut, so I prefer to fold mine. I do include the instructions on the website for all the measurements. And afterward, I iron so that I know where the blusher is going to fold. So let's go ahead and bring it to the machine. And I'm going to explain how we attach these two trims together at the same time using this specialty foot. It has a tunnel underneath that is engineered for the trim to slide under the tunnel, and it easily glides in. Not just one row, but even 2 rows of trim. To attach it to the machine, you'll remove your machine snap-on adapter if you have one on, and just attach the presser foot right onto the machine. I'm gonna select a zigzag stitch that is wider than the beads we're gonna sew on. And make sure that the needle clears the beads in both left and right swing of the zigzag stitch. And following the instructions that you can print out from the site, you just go ahead and begin sewing. Now, some of you may need to assist a little bit from behind the foot. And this is like one of the few times I suggest ever pulling from behind the presser foot. But the bridal illusion can sometimes be slippery. Another issue that you may be faced with is you might have trouble seeing the veil. You can take a Post-it note and slide it beneath to help give you one solid color, and that helps you see where the veil is. On this machine, there's a light that I can turn on that helps to illuminate the edge of the veil. The left swing of the needle needs to go on the veil, and then the right swing of the needle is going over and off the edge. And see how they're even crisscrossed, and the foot just straightens it out right underneath the sewing machine needle. It's always good to keep your elbows down when sewing. You have more control. Keep your eye in front of the foot, not at the sewing machine needle. And we're almost to the ending where we're going to secure the beginning and the end of the trim. Using a zigzag stitch, and then you might want to actually use a hand sewing needle and sew a few stitches to lock those two ends where they meet. I started this where the blusher fold is going to be so that the eye will be detracted away from where the beginning and the ends come together. We'll go ahead now, and as you approach, you trim away those two ends. And we're going to go ahead and sew up and go a little bit slow as you approach. And raise the foot and lower it as you come up. And go ahead then and cut your tail really long and use a hand sewing needle to secure that. Now for the lace motif, we have a pink element here, this heart. And what it is a stabilizer for fabric. It's water soluble, and it's kind of a sticker. You can print it with your inkjet printer. And I'm going to also use these octagon-shaped free motion hoops. So we're going to embroider with the sewing machine, but we're not going to use the embroidery unit. This has a stabilizer that adheres to the back that tears away. And I've done so because we don't want to have any stabilizer on our bridal veil when we're finished. So I've created a window so that I can now place the veil on here and adhere it to the sticky area around, but not actually have any stabilizer beneath the wedding veil. And this hoop also comes with this little handle that allows you to draw. So the elements that you see within here, or that lacy appearance, is me doodling little flowers. If you don't feel capable of doing that, then you want to make sure you print out a design that has a floral in it. Now I'm removing my machine snap-on adapter, not to put another foot on, but because we don't use a presser foot at all. And you'll notice that the feed dogs are up. Lower the foot even though there's no presser foot on. And then you stay in one spot for a little bit and that ties a knot. And then continue to just draw or doodle on your sewing machine. And to create that lace element or feathery look on the outside, it's just simple U's if you were to draw a U on a piece of paper. So your posture is left arm down if you're right-handed, and right hand is on your writing instrument. And if you're left-handed, you would switch hands and use the handle in your left hand. See how much fun this is? And right after this, we'll show you how to gather and finish your veil. So now you can see making a wedding veil is well within your reach as long as you have a sewing machine and the desire to do it. There we go. Tying a few stitches in place secures that. This machine has a scissor button that allows me to cut my thread. And when you're done, you just go ahead and you would peel this off and remove most of it. Any remaining rinses away as you see on the veil on display. Now for finishing it off, we're going to gather the fabric up. And to do so, we're going to put back on that pearls and piping foot and set a straight stitch. And oddly, we're going to increase our tension, go all the way up to 9 on the tension dial, and the stitch length all the way to the longest. And what this is going to do is automatically gather up the veil, and then the final thing is to just stitch by hand onto a clip. As you see on many of the veils on display, we have a variety of different clips that some of them I picked up just at the regular old beauty supply. So a few stitches forward and a few stitches back, and then sew on that crease that you made to identify where the blusher is. And you can see how it just gathers the fabric all the way up to its full gather, allowing you also to ease it out to fit on your clip. You don't tie off at the end. And you have the ability to adjust and ease that out. And there you have a completed wedding veil once you sew it to the clip. Isn't that easy? And now you're ready to make your own custom veil for the bride in your life.